Since then, my vagina was bringing out some green water and it smells very bad. Hello everyone, you're welcome to another episode of Tales with Rami. Over here, we share stories in need of your opinions and your honest thoughts. Stories about relationships, normal life, and then paranormal stories. So if this is what you love, kindly don't forget to hit the subscribe button as I'll be posting here oftenly. So without further delay, let's move on to our first story of the day. I'm sorry, just that I feel I am dying. Please, I'll explain. I met him at Kismet 2 years ago, although I already knew him online because he used to hang around with people a lot. So I went out with my female friends to chill, and there we met him. I was the one that moved to him and said hi, and told him I follow him on Snap. So he took my handle and followed back, and from there we started chatting. Our chat became sexual, and he would always ask me to streak him sexy pics of me, and also I did foolishly. To be honest, that time I was going through a lot financially and needed support, so I didn't really think through because he was sending me some 500 and 100 cities to manage. And I knew he had a baby mama too. But since my relationship with him was just on phone, I didn't see it to be a big deal. So around December last year, I lost my mom back in her hometown, so I had to travel there, and after the funeral, I decided to stay there for a while because the living there was not expensive like Accra. Our place is a village. Around the same time, I saw a snap he posted of that location, and I asked him what he and his boys are coming to do in a village, and he laughed and said he wanted to invest in farming. So I said okay and told him that's where I come from, so I'm there at the moment. That day, we talked on phone for about 3 hours and scheduled to meet. Before that day, I had not met him before. When we started talking, apart from the nights we met at Kismet, so later that evening, he came to pick me from my place and took me to a local guest house. His boys were lodged at a different guest house in another town, like 15 minutes away. So we were at a guest house. I was feeling a bit shy because it was my first time meeting him in private. He kept telling me to feel free. One thing led to another, and we had sex that night. Around 2 a.m., he said he had to meet his boys to check something. He dropped me off and sent me 2,000 cedis. The following morning, I texted him. He replied me in the evening. That moment, I realized he had started to give me straight answers as if he wasn't interested in my conversation. So it moved from replying me many hours after I text to replying days after, and then not opening my chat at all. Around early January, I noticed a very bad smell from my place. So I went for checkup and took some drugs, but they didn't work. It became worse. When I sleep, I start feeling severe pains in my abdomen. I went for scans and nothing was detected. I started becoming slim and my hair started breaking. I was able to reach him through a friend and explain what was happening to me and begged him to help me with some money to take care of my health. He told his friend he would send me money in the evening. But that evening, I tried reaching out to him and realized he blocked me. Mama, since then, my vagina was bringing out some green water and it smells very bad. I have taken every medicine I will hear of, been to hospital in Accra, and sold everything I have to take care of myself, but still no improvement. Now, I am back in my hometown since May. Mama, the green water stopped, and what I started seeing last month was these small worms every morning I wake up. Some man in my hometown told me that I need to be serious with my spiritual life because I am a walking dead. Mama, I am dying. I don't know what to do, and I'm only 24 years old, and I'm the firstborn, and I buried my mom not long ago. Please help me. I beg you. Hey. Sometimes you would judge a situation unless you were in that person's shoes, but someone you hardly know, you felt comfortable visiting, and then allowed something to happen. But who would leave a city and tell you I am coming to a village to farm? And then you believe it instantly. Some of us are bold though. You can leave your opinions in the comment section. I got this story from Snap and I wanted to share it because it looked like a lot of girls have been going through this and then they are hiding it. Most people don't survive it. I have shared similar stories on TikTok. Most people do not survive this. So for her to come out and say this, then it means that she has been going through a lot. You can leave your thoughts in the comment section. Story number 2. I got a message out of nowhere from my ex's wife. She said she was throwing a small baby shower and wanted me to come. I stared at the message for like 5 minutes. Why would the woman who took my man invite me? Thing is, my breakup with him was messy. He cheated on me with her while we were still living together. 6 months later, they were married. I was crushed. So to get this message, it felt like some sick joke. I didn't reply at first, but then she sent another message. I know it sounds weird, but I want to clear the air. We are all grown, and I think you would find peace in being there. I asked 2 of my friends, and they both said don't go. But deep down, I wanted to see her, not even for revenge, just closure. So yeah, I showed up. That event was at some cute lounge, pastel balloons, little cupcakes, and good music. She looked beautiful, radiant even. She walked up to me, hugged me, and whispered, "Thank you for coming. This means a lot to me." But the way her voice shook, I could tell something was off. Then halfway through the event, she stood up to give a speech. She thanked everyone, her family, her co-workers, and then she turned to me in front of everyone. What she said next made the whole room go silent. And she said, "And finally, I want to thank someone unexpected. You." And she said, "And finally, I want to thank someone unexpected. You probably recognize her. She's my husband's ex, but I invited her for a reason, because I recently found out he's been cheating on me." My heart stopped. And then she continued to say that it turns out he never changed. Just like he cheated on her with me, he's now cheating on me with someone. Everyone looked around in shock. One of her bridesmaids actually gasped. Then she said, "I didn't invite her to embarrass her. I invited her because I wanted to apologize for judging her, for thinking I was better, for believing his lies. I thought I won, but really I was just next." She started crying. I just sat there frozen. The event turned into this weird therapy session. People were comforting her. Some left early, and he walked in right after her speech like nothing was wrong. Everyone turned to look at him. His brother walked up and told him to leave immediately. He looked at me, then at her, and stormed out. A week later, she messaged me again. She said she left him and she's moving back in with her mom till the baby comes. She even thanked me for coming and said, "Now I finally understand what you must have felt." And honestly, that's the closure, Rami, I think I needed. My gender. I am so sorry you had to go through that. Truly, no one deserves to be hurt like that, especially not by someone that claimed to love them. But let this be a reminder, if someone could take them away easily, they were never truly yours to begin with. What lives like that was never rooted in love. I'm glad you've moved on. If you have any advice for this sender, kindly leave your opinions and write story number 2 and leave your advice. So now let's move on to story number 3. Story number 3. I was with him for 5 years. We started dating when I was just 19. He was my first love, my first everything. He was older, more experienced. I thought I was just lucky. But from the beginning, there were signs. The first time I got pregnant, he begged me to abort it. He said, "You are too young. You are not ready." I cried, but I did it for us. Second time, he got angry. "You are careless. Why don't you use protection? So I went alone to take it out again. The third time, he said, if you keep this child, don't ever expect me to be in its life. I had no choice. I didn't want to raise a baby with a man who was already halfway out of the door. The fourth time, I didn't even tell anyone. I just took the pills, locked myself in my room, and dealt with the pain. After all that, I thought maybe he would see how much I loved him. But that's when things got worse. He stopped hiding his phone because he didn't care anymore. He'd go days without talking to me, then show up like nothing happened. And then one night, he hit me. All I said was, why do you treat me like I am nothing? And he slapped me so hard, I saw black for a few seconds. But what broke me wasn't even the slap. It was what happened the night he brought another girl home while I was in the house. What? I stayed, not because I was weak, but because I kept hoping the version of him I fell in love with would come back. But he didn't. It got worse. He started bringing girls home like I was invincible. One night, I walked into the kitchen and there was this girl wearing my t-shirt. She looked confused and I asked who she was. And she asked me who I was too. He came in, looked at the both of us and said, she's just my cousin. She's leaving soon. Oh my God. I went to the bathroom and cried silently. But even my tears didn't matter to him anymore. He began to mock me. Told me I was boring, too emotional, that I had nothing going on for myself. But how could I? I've spent 5 years pouring everything into him. My turning point came when he beat me so badly one night that I had to lie to my aunt and say I fell down the stairs. That was when I knew if I didn't leave now, one day I would leave in a body bag. I packed my bag the next morning. I blocked him and I left. I didn't even say goodbye nor leave any explanation. I just left and I hope I made the right decision. A man that uses his fist on a woman, one day it would be a knife. I am so sorry you had to go through that. You gave him everything, loyalty, your body, everything. But all he gave you back was pain. This guy didn't respect you as a human being. And the point of bringing another woman to wear your t-shirt and calling you his cousin, that was a red flag. And I am sure you ignored lots of red flags in the past because you were in love with him. Any love that requires you to suffer quietly, it's not love. I am glad you left. That is the best decision you made for yourself. Pick yourself up and do something for yourself. The right man will find you. You deserve love, genuine love and respect from any man. Take care of yourself, babes. This is the end of today's episode of Tales with Rami. If you enjoyed every bit of it, kindly like, share, leave your comment. And as I'll be posting every time, don't forget to click the bell so that in case I post, you'll be notified immediately. And then I'll see you in my next video. Bye.